Now, since I'm kind of attacking the ladies right now, let me just go in and on a bitch from Boston that um, I don't know how you cannot. I mean, mind you, if you don't go to the hospital, if you don't get checked up, if you don't test for things, how the fuck are you gonna know something, right? I mean, we've had. I mean, you probably, and Lord forbid, that you having to, but in the future, be affected by people who get certain or sudden cause of illness, right? And I don't even want to speak anything into existence because what we speak into should hopefully be of love, and may we all bask in it, and we all grow, and we all learn, and everything's all fucking hunky dory. But this bitch, who had been in multiple, I think she had been in a car accident. This bitch talks about going on whatever roller coaster rides in her local area, and who knows how many dicks she's jumped on and has gone fucking ape shit crazy on. And God bless those women, because that means for a good time and a fucking penicillin shot and some other shit that you had to get at the free clinic that's gonna be mad embarrassing. So you wanna be all anonymous and shit. Not that I would know about that kind of thing, but who knows what this bitch did, because she had menstrual cycles, she had no morning sickness. But this bitch, mama to be, goes to the hospital thinking she has bad gas and leaves with the motherfucking baby. Now, this woman who had checked in the hospital complaining about bad stomach aches, she was shocked to learn that she was pregnant and she was about to give fucking birth. Now, Miss, and then I hope she's not fucking Mexican, but who knows by this fucking name, Ayana Martinez, 23, went into the same Memorial Hospital on Sunday, once again, to probably thinking she had to take a wicked shit, and yes, she did. She had a 5 pound, 4 ounce fucking Jackson Saint Pierre, and that's the name of the baby who was born. Like, they literally had to fucking drag the baby daddy in because he thought she was bullshit, and I guess this kind of takes away me from jumping on multiple dicks. But I just imagine bitches in Boston are constantly drunk, constantly asking for the cat keys, and drunk stumbling somewhere. I mean, I know that's kind of stereotypical, but I mean, and the bitch is Mexican. They known to populate, so who the fuck knows? But how she couldn't have known this kind of thing and been actually tested when being in a fucking accident. I mean, this baby is definitely a blessing, and Lord prays that it's fucking strong and bountiful, and it grows and it's healthy. But how can you go through all that? And those are some things you don't want to happen during a pregnancy and then not even know about it. So I said some things, they just happen. God bless them. Now, if it seems like I'm really bashing on bitches, I promise you it's only because I'm misogynistic. But I got one last fucking little tale to tell. That there was a drunk, beautiful little idiota. She was a Texas A&M student. And this bitch fucking hits a goddamn parked cop car while she was taking a fucking Snapchat selfie. And yes, the bitch was naked, butt ass fucking naked. I mean, she had took her top off because I couldn't see the bitch fucking taking her jeans or skirt off while she's fucking behind the wheel. But to take off a t-shirt, unclap your bra, it only takes one fucking hand, right? Well, this fucking bitch, and I can't believe that. I mean, shit. God bless the guy who's fucking getting these Snapchat updates to fucking then see herself fucking, with tits up pressed against the fucking cop car. And you're thinking, ooh, this is like a sexy costume. But no, this bitch is getting arrested. But anyways, her name is Miranda K. Rader. Rader. This bitch is 20. Like I said, she's small, she's petite, she's everything you want to see in a Snapchat picture. And this bitch, I guess, was coming from her girlfriend's house. She had a fucking open bottle of wine there, and I don't know if she was like a quarter of the way done with it or some bullshit. But bitches, she fucking crashed into a cop car that is parked. And supposedly, as the cop was approaching, up to her, she was like barely like trying to hurry and put her fucking blouse down. So she was, pretty conscious. She knew what she was doing. She just realized, like, damn, like this just happened too suddenly. This parked car came out of nowhere too fucking quickly, and sorry. Now the fucking most hilarious thing, in a way, she's this little thing, and she's in this big ass SUV, fucking ramming into this little fucking, I don't know, Crown Vic or whatever the fuck this cat was in. And it's just like, man, like, poor baby. And I wish we can leak her nudes, because we should all be able to see them. We give her fucking name, man. Like, that has to be embarrassing. I don't know how the fuck you go back to school and have people not know about that. So, I mean, luckily, more and more people who report nothing, they don't really fucking show the name and shit. But you look up the town, go to San Antonio, whatever the fuck, you gonna see her. God bless the Rita. I'm so sorry that happened, but you know what? You shouldn't have been doing it. Let that be a lesson. And it's a fucking scary damn thing to be able to go through that. And I know, man, I remember I was busted. I'm gonna tell y'all some shit. I was hit with a DUI, and like I said, I'm not an alcoholic, so it was just so fucking funny for that shit to be the thing to get me. But I was with my buddy. He was younger. I was supposed to be the designated driver, and mind you, we're both underage. But I had, made the decision, like, you know what, dude, you looked out for me last time, so let me look out for you this time. You enjoy yourself. But you know what? Upon seeing him enjoy himself, a little bit of that Arizona haterism just kind of came in a little too deeply, and I was like, "Fuck this shit! I want to enjoy myself too, god damn it!" And yeah, it was just straight up stereotype, man. I was like about a block away. I was making my last turn that I needed to make before getting this motherfucker home, where eventually we would have chilled, maybe had ourselves a blunt, fucking falling asleep to some fucking cartoons or whatever the hell, and some grub, right? And no, fucking got pulled over. Like, nigga, I wasn't hardly drunk, and people always fucking say that, but literally when they gave me my fucking breathalyzer, I was like 0.04, and literally on the fucking ticket it said to the slightest degree. And instead of me somehow fighting, because I didn't fucking know I could, I got fucking busted with it. Got that shit on my record. I even got a fucking breathalyzer. And at that time, Arizona was being its strictest. And, for good fucking reason, too, because people really fucking caused damage. And, could I have been? I mean, who knows if I would have kept thinking I was unstoppable or shit like this didn't happen out of the fucking random. But, it did. And, man, I remember it was mandatory a year to have that breathalyzer thing. And for those that don't know, it's a little mechanism that in order to start your car, you have to blow into this device. You literally had to give head to some shit and cradle balls and everything to make sure everything's connected so you can get a green light to tell you, okay, you're not drunk. Go ahead and turn on the car. And as you're driving, damn near every 30 seconds, it's asking you to do it again just to make sure you didn't stop for a quick one or whatever the fuck, as if, I don't know. I mean, people can be drastic. And I mean, I remember even hearing little home remedies about how to evade that and how to still get that bitch to work. Like, that's too complicated. Fuck that. They're draining at least, 2 Gs and more, just to be able to do this thing, to prove this fucking lesson when really just having to spend 24 hours into our incarceration system, having to be transported from place to place, having to meet more motherfuckers that, are going to teach you a lesson one way or another, or at least give you some knowledge of more things that you probably don't need to learn about. Kind of like I had to do this. They called it a dynamic living course. It was pretty much like group therapy kind of shit. And people go in, talk about certain experiences. And the dude that, that was my counselor or whatever the fuck you want to call it, he kind of reminded me of Larry Fitzgerald, just in look and all. He was kind of a wise cat. And I remember him kind of, he was just real, and I can't really think of too much shit off the top, but you had to fucking give a donation of $20, a mandatory donation, which is the word saying like, you came to class, give us some money. And it's just, once again, it's more ways to drain you, but obviously it's its own ecosystem. It creates, jobs and hopefully teaches lessons. But I mean, if anything, I felt more aggravated than anything else. But I mean, you have to go through whatever it is you have to go through in order for you to proceed forward, because once again, that's when you hit the next level and it's time for something else. And if you don't ever learn anything else, you're gonna remain stagnant and you ain't gonna really move, and you're gonna make sure train, you'll ride, and you ain't gonna have shit else to do. And that's what happened to this St. Louis, Missouri cat. His name was Dustin French, and I think he was coming out from work or something like that, but he was going out on a Thursday night, 11 p.m. to be exact, so I'm hoping he was to go get some snatch. But this guy, though, he was coming up to his car, and this kid who, I say kid because he was like late teens, early 20s. Anyways, he has a gun. He puts it up to Dustin's head and saying, give me everything, empty your pockets and give me your keys. And I guess dude was slick enough to just kind of give him his keys and cower away and say, what else do you need me to do? Like, and kind of hesitation, but still tough guyness, tells him to just run away. So he does that, but this guy doesn't get very far. Matter of fact, he doesn't move at all, and the fucking carjacker leaves the fucking car behind because he fucking figures out that it's manual transmission. And God bless that situation, because he nigga would have lost his car. I mean, I don't even know how often nowadays, unless you're a car enthusiast or race enthusiast, or you watch fucking Gone in 60 Seconds and became inspired, or, fucking maybe grew up watching the Fast and Furious joints, or whatever the fuck. Most people, if they even want to drive, and I've realized that most teens nowadays don't even want to. They've actually done studies, and I've seen it myself with some of my cousins, God bless them. Yeah, you don't give no fucks about driving. Nigga, take me where I gotta be at. Or get me where I need to be at. Or I'm gonna get someone who can take me where I need to be. And you know what? If you can live that way, then fucking hey, God bless it, because it's a bitch to have to do your thing. And I'd rather play PS Vita, twiddling my thumbs one way or another, than having to fucking man through traffic and have to deal with fucking assholes that, on their own fucking journey. But once again, so in that same respect, not many people are even driving, so let alone when they do, I'm pretty sure they're gonna take the easier route. And I mean, I did eventually learn how to drive a stick car. I did end up having to blow the fucking transmission on said vehicle to be able to learn how to do it anyway, but it was a learning experience, and really, it isn't too difficult. I noticed that gas was even cheaper. It seemed like it, because you're not getting an extra overhaul of shit. You're getting exactly what you need, and you're the one that's pressing the button. So, for any fan of racing games or just fan of operation in general, then that's the thing to do. And I remember trying to, I could have a cigarette while I'm driving. Eventually, once you get to 50, you're just kind of coasting it. But it's you definitely can be fucking texting and driving while you driving a manual stick. At least back when I rode it, cars weren't that prevalent, or it wasn't such a major part of life. I imagine we shouldn't be fucking texting and driving at all, but you definitely need to be fucking paying attention when you're doing that. And this is a lesson that motherfucker never had to deal with. So, like I said, this Dustin French cat gotta keep his fucking car in his shit while this motherfucker's had to hightail it out of there. So that was hilarious. And in the same realm of just jacking in general, it's never a fucking, good time to have to deal with that shit. And sometimes, if people have to provide to be able to eat, that's debatable, and that's one thing. But, when it comes to have to take so much shit, it's just a fucking bummer. It's just bad karma. And I don't know what else to fucking say about it, but getting your shit stolen sucks. And I know that, especially when it comes to, let's say, your car, and maybe you don't have fucking insurance, and even if you were to have insurance and the bitch gets stolen, you're only gonna get the fucking value of it, which definitely is not what you paid for or are still paying for. And it's shitty, and that doesn't help anybody. I can understand you ripping off the banks or ripping off big businesses, but shit like that, it's fucked up. It's not cool. And especially, let's say, for those that are in bikes, it's so easy, and I've never fucking tried, but to be able to steal a bike, even if it's cutting off, sawing off, whatever the fuck, clipping off shit and brakes and locks that you have for these shits, which aren't fucking cheap either. So to have that shit and fucking come back and have your wheels missing, your fucking steering, your pegs, and just have the fucking frame, it's just shitty in all regards. And I guess ain't really stopping something like that from happening, but there is this new type of lock. It's called a skunk lock, and it's manufactured supposedly from the strongest matte riles available. And it even goes a step further. It says that inside of it is a secret series of chemical compounds that act as a pressurized detergent that irritates and fucking makes motherfuckers actually vomit. Skunk, what I'm saying? It stinks. It's just, imagine them trying to fucking saw some shit off, and then it's just fucking gas kind of comes in onto you, and it fucking makes you throw up. It literally has odors that trigger shit that will make you throw up. So hopefully that makes them go away, the jacker that is, and hopefully you get to keep your shit, because it's just, again, it's such a bitch to have to, you feel like you're protecting yourself, and it doesn't do a damn thing. Kind of like when I saw like Viper alarms, and it has a cool little fucking LED light, and it flashes blue, and it lets you know, hey, don't fuck with me, I'm gonna be loud. But what the fuck gives a fuck about that? Because people in straight up daylight can, jack some shit like that. And it sucks when you get sucker punched and you get took and you lose the battle, so to speak. And it stings even more to not have been able to do anything about it in the first place, especially when something can be taken so fucking easily. So to be able to have that one fucking hit in makes the world of difference. And, yeah, okay, you took my shit, but I hope you fucking had bad shits that day, an eye for an eye, maybe. I don't know if that's equivalent or not, but like I said, you at least need that one hit, just once. And I guess in transportation related news, there's a dude that actually, it happened here in Phoenix, ended off in Chandler, but a man stops at an in&out drive-through during a police chase. And when I first heard about it, I'm thinking, man, this nigga trying to get his last meal? Like, what the fuck is going on? Because did he kill somebody? Because he'll at least get his last meal. Then he doesn't have to, stop at a fucking in-and-out. Because Lord knows when you go there, you're going to be waiting at least 20 minutes. And is it worth it? I mean, I would say, yeah, it's some good ass shit. And it's Christian owned or based or started as. And I always respect when I hear shit like that, when I see that, or when I get some French fries and you see the John 3:16 at the bottom of it, even though, it might seem minuscule to some, even like some gum manufacturer owners, I forget what company, but he puts actual verses, just like the numbers and abbreviation, and puts it like somewhere on the gun, which I think is dope. Once again, it's setting your beliefs. It's not shoving it down anyone's throat unless said motherfucker with said gun is putting it down someone's throat. But besides all that, this cat who apparently, and I didn't quite understand because I didn't give too many details as to why he was being chased. This 35-year-old man named, what was it? Joshua Atkins. He was booked on a suspicion of unlawful flight from law enforcement, which once again means he was on a chase. But then it says aggravated assault / domestic violence and unlawful imprisonment, which makes me think that maybe he had his baby mama or lover fucking shackled in or some shit like that. But I'm still wondering, and obviously that's not cool at all. So obviously he was booking it, he was being chased, and the Fox 10 coverage that was on this thing was kind of amazing because there was unmarked cars all along the freeway. And every time I'm driving the freeway, I'm always wondering, hey, is that one of those cars? Is that one of those fucking unmarked shits? And you try to look into the glass, and it's dark as fuck. I mean, they ain't playing, and they will get you. And I'm sure there's way more of those than what we catch on. You might think you might notice it from the fucking license plate shit, but no, they slicker than that. Anyways, throughout the whole fucking chase, they literally have this guy on video. So this motherfucker was really trying to be slick. He goes in, he's probably thinking, okay, oh, no one's seeing me. Let me leave a timestamp here. He stops. He actually orders. He doesn't pick up the food, which that's a big fucking no-no. And I don't know whatever happens, that kind of shit. I'm pretty sure they don't give it a homeless. They just throw the shit away. But either which way, you just caused another fucking wait in this long fucking line, all because your ass was fucking dashing without the dining. The least you could have done was take the fucking food. But yeah, I don't know what it was. Like I said, maybe he was trying to just cause a diversion, but he didn't wait there long enough. And sure enough, and as soon as he pulls in into a whole nother city, and the way that at least this part of Arizona works, Phoenix interconnects with a bunch of other cities, Glendale, Tolleson, Avondale. And once you start going East Valley, your Chandlers, your Awatukis, your Mesas, and that's a big fucking part in the feels like a whole different town. But there's just different cities. Like I said, we were interconnected by a simple fucking freeway. And yeah, he went into somebody's house. I don't know if he knew anybody there. Tried to get in, couldn't get in, and that's finally when the police said, "Fuck it, all right, that's when we're gonna get his ass." Could he have been white? Possibly, by the name, because he didn't get shot, and he's still living. And motherfucker had a chance to go to In-N-Out, but they're still just tracking his ass. So I'm not too sure what opening they're looking for, but they got him without speeding because he was, I guess he was just, the way that it seemed like from the footage, because they literally have him from multiple angles, just driving in and out. This is nighttime, so you really can't see too well, but you can clearly see his fucking car. Actually, no, I wasn't nighttime. You know what? I'm getting a little bit high. That lets me know I'm getting near the end of the show. I forget what fucking footage I did just seen, but like I said, just chilling away, and God bless it.